All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're going back to cover something we've previously covered. Now, today we're going to talk a little bit more about the Oneleaf thermal, the MT1000LRF. Now, the folks over at Oneleaf, they watched the video, they gave some feedback to me, as well as took the feedback I gave to them very carefully. So, in fact, one of the things they wanted to address was the mount, and now we have a recoil lug built into the mount for the QD system. Now, I did ask them if they fixed the whole locking mechanism where I was able to overcome it, and they told me they didn't, but it's not overcoming, so probably they couldn't duplicate it, so it was probably just I had a faulty one on my existing model. But with the addition of the recoil lug, I've got a little bit more faith in this QD system, which is why we're coming back to the range and we're bringing you one more video. Now, this time we wanted to show a little bit more dynamic use because that's kind of the purpose. If you're going into a budget thermal, there's probably a good chance you're on the budget spectrum where you're not going to have multiple thermals, multiple scopes for multiple rifles. You're going to be limited to maybe one thermal with multiple profiles for multiple guns. So we've got both extremes. We've got the SCAR 17, all nice and zeroed up on one profile, and we've got this nice and quiet, no recoil mess, no fuss, 22 long rifle that is profiled to a different profile with a different ballistic parameter, and everything is now set up so that we can go ahead and demonstrate how effective it is to be able to return to zero on the mount and be able to work the ballistic profiles from different cartridges. Because the 308, not a lot of change. If I'm hitting at 100 yards, everything's good. If I'm hitting at 300 yards, it really doesn't change much. In fact, I don't need a ballistic calculator. I just need a 100 yard zero and I'm good to go. But with the 22, it's a lot more dramatic. So we did a 15-yard zero, got everything dialed in nice, and now we can hit out to 260, which is a little bit more difficult, especially when you see the drop. So we're gonna do some recordings in scope. We're gonna set up a downrange camera just to see some flashes potentially, and we're gonna focus on how it works between the two. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, so we've gone ahead, set up the SCAR. We've got the thermal off the SCAR. We're just doing this in real time. So we're gonna go ahead, get this unlocked, kind of check it, see if it's about where it was. It feels right. I didn't take the number of the placement on the actual scope rail itself, but I think we're gonna be pretty good. Now we need to go ahead and make a quick adjustment. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go into the menu, and we're going to change our ballistic parameters because we were on for 22. So now we're going back to our 308. Got that dialed in. Now I need to go back to my position, which is my 0. Position 5 is for the 22, so we're gonna go to position 1, which is going to be for our SCAR. Okay, and now that we've got that dialed in, we've effectively re-zeroed this optic to this gun. And let's just see if we can kill the optic or keep it going today with the SCAR. All right, so we're reading 96 yards, that's great. That's not good. There we go. So I don't know what happened to that first one, but let's go ahead. We're gonna go and move back a little bit now so we can see Beastie down there, which is at 170. It's reading 168. Okay, we got a good solid hit there. Let's go ahead and get our range finding going again. We're gonna get out to the 260, which requires us to kick it off quite a bit. 264. That should be about right. And there it is, first round impact. So again, we just finished zeroing in on the 22. We had the scope off for the intro of the video. You saw us put it on, and I don't know what happened to that first shot. It's probably just a pull or something, but return to zero, the QD function works, and we're holding great on the SCAR. Let's just do a couple more shots at 100 for fun. We're still recording in the scope. Let's go ahead and get that 0 fixated in. I pulled that. I was going a little bit too much there on there and it got pulled, but I don't know, guys. It still survives the 17S, but let's go ahead now, change it up just a hair. Let's go ahead and clear this out. And we're gonna keep the recording going in the scope so we can kind of just have it live on the screen so you can see everything in real time, hopefully, because it's probably gonna kill the recording as soon as we go back into the menu to change. I think it's about there. Feels right. Okay, now if I want it to be really critical, I probably pay a little more attention to where I'm putting it on the scope, take numbers, make witness marks, something to that extent, but this is just for fun and to show you guys it working. So we're gonna go into the menu, So we're on ballistics profile C, which is going to be for our 22 subsonic ammo. And we've gone ahead and got our position in for position 5, which is what we've gone ahead and designated as a 0 for this gun. We zeroed it at 15 yards. You don't need a big 0 because it has all the ballistics corrections that we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead. We're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to start at 100, get a couple impacts, hopefully. Go to 175, hopefully get a couple impacts, or 165 roughly. And then see if we can do 260, which has approximately a 10-foot hold. But we're going to use the holds inside the scope. And let's go ahead and see how it does. There we go. Now we're recording. Let's go ahead and turn the laser rangefinder on so we can get our correction. Okay, so there's 96 yards, it's telling me. And of course, we're gonna make hot. All right, I gotta be cautious. We only have 10 rounds in this guy. So we got the Buffalo out there, which is gonna be about 160. So let's go ahead and rerange. This 140 is what it gave me. There we go, 165. Oh. Gotta love 22. Never. Oh, it was a double feed. I felt it jam on me again as soon as I let that second shot go. Recovery shot on that guy. All right, so we got a couple hits now at 175. Now we're gonna go ahead, move all the way out to 260. So again, let's go ahead and get our ballistics on there. Oh, not 280. All right, 257. Let's zoom in slightly on this and see. There we go. Can't really zoom in too much because we don't have enough hold. Well, I tried to do a double tap at 260, but there we go. Ballistics are holding. We moved from one gun to the other. We had a couple technical issues that we had to work through for a second there. And of course, 1022 is always dirty, just why you should get yourself a good kit. Maybe we'll cover those in a future video. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go clean this gun, and I think that's a wrap. I still love the Oneleaf scope, guys. It survived the SCAR. It absolutely survived the 1022 that likes to jam. But more importantly, they fixed the QD problems. They're listening to customers, and they've got some pretty cool and exciting stuff on the way. So hopefully we'll have some more Oneleaf thermal videos coming out in the very near future. Go give them a like and comment on their stuff on their pages. Their socials are starting to come up. And if you want to pick up one of the Oneleafs, if you want to pick up a new mount, whatever it is, go ahead and hunt down in the comment section or maybe in the details. You'll see a link that does give us a little kickback if you want to support the channel. And you'll find a little bit of a way to save some money in the end. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this style of content, let me know in the comments. If you don't subscribe or haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like to help the algorithm get the push to help this channel grow again, because honestly, these videos are hard worth doing because it's just not getting anywhere. We're not getting that feedback from y'all, and the algorithm is just not supporting us. So if you want it to grow, help us grow, give it a like, give it a share. Thanks guys, and stay tuned for the next one.